Yo, it's official. Like a referee with a whistle. So like and share this video. So we're going to talk about why nerds and loose girls will never have successful relationships. And this is really how it is. And it's pretty much been this way since the beginning of time. You know, so see, you have to understand that when I say nerds, what type of guy am I really talking about? I'm talking about the guy that's on TV. I don't have to call no names. These guys on TV, most of these guys are nerds. And most of the women on TV, they're loose. You gotta think about this for a second. What type of person gets a job like that? Whether it doesn't matter what network, ESPN, Fox, it don't really matter. All these people are about the same. They're not different. There might be a different skin tone, different hair texture, different personality. They're all about the same. Ain't too much. They're willing to do any and everything to get in those job positions and to get promoted. You know, and even think about your job. It's the same people. They're just not on TV. They have the same personality. You know, people at your job, a lot of these people want to be like the people on TV. They try to mimic the behavior, the way of dressing like these people on TV. I've never done that before. I never wanted to be like anybody that I saw on TV. You know, that's the thing. You know, see, I never really looked up to any of these people. To me, I always looked at them like they're just entertainers. They just found a way to make a lot of money. And they had to do what they had to do, whatever that entails. You know? But see, the nerds are always going to be in denial about a whole bunch of things. But see, they want things they want things to go the way they want it to go. They don't want to see things for what it really is. They don't want to see women for how they really get down. And I'm not saying all women aren't the same, but these guys, they don't care about that. They want a woman to be the way they want her to be. They want everything to be the way they want it to be. Period. And if that doesn't work, they're going to be complaining. They're going to be saying they're going to get into name calling and you know, and that's what you got today. You got a bunch of weak, soft, degenerate guys out here that don't know how to cope, don't understand, don't want to compete. They don't want to compete against other men. They don't want to compete for anything. Most of these guys today. They don't even, that's like strange to them. What is it? Why I gotta compete? For what? So some of these guys, they grew up, everyone telling them how great they was. Until they left the house. Or probably went to high school and started hanging around these other kids, and they found out real quick that they weren't really shit. Their parents told them they were great without doing anything. That's what you got today. You got people brainwashing their kids, telling them how great they are, and they haven't done anything. There's no proof of anything they've done until they get into sports or some competition, and they figure out, damn, I ain't shit. So that's when they go to school and start shooting up shit. That's where a lot of that frustration comes from. They go to school, start shooting and fighting and killing, and because they can't cope, because they parents have failed them, and they grow up. Some of them grow up, they get jobs or whatever. And see, you have the loose girls, the loose women. They prey on the nerds. Because see, the loose girls can pick up on certain type of guys. Because she's a filthy McNasty. She's used to doing all the wild, crazy shit. These are the women that work these corporate jobs. The majority of them, they move up the corporate ladder and everything. They stay these jobs for a long time. You can get look, if you had a job 10, 15 years ago, and maybe you quit that job, and if you visit that job today, the majority of those women are still there. And you be like, huh? How the hell did they? How are they able to work those jobs as toxic as those jobs are? Most of these jobs are unsafe working environments. You got people doing all kind of wild shit. Women are getting sexually harassed. Guys are getting sexually harassed. People are disrespected. People don't know how to talk to one another. So how the hell are these women able to stay there for 10, 15 years? Because a lot of these women some of them are psychopaths, or sociopaths, and then some of them have created like a little system or routine of a daily routine of how to cope with working the job. And then after the job, they always say, oh, I'm exhausted. I'm so tired. And now they gotta, some of them stop to the bar on the way home, or some of them get a drink on the way, or when they get home, or some of them gotta sniff a little coke, pop a little pill every once in a while. They do these are just coping mechanisms to do whatever they have to do to keep that job, because they love that job. And women make the best employees. They'll work the hell out of that job. Most women, they'll work the hell out of that job. Most of these women, especially women that's in the 30s and 40s, they might come out and tell you, man, I love my career. I love my job. You gotta kill these women to leave that job. So these are the same types of women that are around the nerds. They work together. So see, the workforce is an artificial created environment. It doesn't really transfer outside. Regular life doesn't really work outside of that job environment. I'll give you an example. If you tried to operate the way they do most people do at work, if you try that outside in your personal life, that ain't gonna work. If you have that cutthroat mentality like a lot of these people do at work, if you try that in your social life, your personal life, it ain't gonna work. Ain't nobody gonna want to be around you. You're gonna turn everybody off. And see, a lot of people that work these jobs, they don't understand that. They think, the job becomes like their identity, kind of like a part of who they are, in a sense, which is a weird thing, in my opinion. I never really looked at it like that. But a lot of these people, the job, everything about their job, their career, is all wrapped up in the job. If they lose that job, it's over. It's like a part of them dies. And so you have these same men and women, loose women, and the nerds, they're in that one little small environment, one little piece of environment in their life, because that's where they spend most of their time at, right? And see, the loose girls prey on the nerds because they know the nerds, they square, they really don't know no better. They know that, you know, they're kind of naive to a lot of things. So the girls will, you know, get to know them, ask them questions, and be like, okay, I'm gonna act like the girl that he wants to be. And, you know, she'll get close to him, you know, she'll pander and cater to whatever he wants on the job. And one day they might go on a date. Not even a date, they might go to lunch. They'll go to lunch, and then after that, if that goes well, then they might meet up somewhere, maybe on a Saturday or Sunday, and watch football or basketball together. And then they might go on a date, you know. But the whole thing, the relationship it's not real, because it's not built on anything. It's built on a fantasy, because she's just, you know, she's perpetrating the fraud. She's acting like the woman that she wants to be, but in essence, that ain't really who she is. She's just a broad that's done failed in all her relationships 9 times out of 10, you know. Or she might just be horrible, or she just don't know how to, probably don't know who she is at this point, you know. But she know one thing, she know that this guy, he's a square, and he's naive about a lot of things, and he thinks he's the shit. So she's gonna stroke his ego and get close to him and be the girl that he wants, you know. And at some point, the relationship is gonna crash and burn. It might last for a couple of months, or it might last for a couple of years. But at some point, these relationships, they don't last, because there's no real foundation. It started off, you know, based on a lie, you know. And the crazy thing is, you got these same type of guys that work for these networks. They're online now. These guys, they get most of the views online, you know. And some people will say, well, you man, how they get all the views? They work hard. No, fool.
Do you find yourself struggling to meet women through online dating apps? Are you tired of constantly swiping left with no success and not knowing what to say to get the attention of a woman? Look no further. Our expert tips and tricks will give you the confidence you need to succeed in the online dating world. It's time to start taking control of your dating life and master the art of online dating. Imagine meeting some of the most attractive women in the world. Our game-changing program will help you navigate the world of online dating with confidence and charm. From creating a standout profile to crafting the perfect message, we've got you covered every step of the way. Our program covers everything you need to know to make a lasting impression. Say goodbye to endless swiping and hello to meaningful connections with the women of your dreams. Join the countless men who have found success in meeting women through online dating by following our time-tested and proven strategies. Take the first step towards improving your dating life today. Master the art of online dating and take your game to the next level. With our proven strategies, you'll be a pro at online dating in no time. So don't wait. Go to onlinedatingfordummies.com and get started today. And take control of your dating life, and you'll be light years ahead of most men with our groundbreaking program. Get ready to swipe right with confidence and watch your success explode. So don't wait. Get started today by going to onlinedatingfordummies.com and take the first step towards finding your perfect match.
If I'm attached to a big network, I'm fucking getting all the views too. Why wouldn't I? I already know all the damn producers. I already know all the people at the network. And all of these people that work for the big networks, Google is in, all these people are in California, Silicon Valley, LA. These people know each other. So if I'm going to start a show online, and if I work for Fox, ESPN, any of these big networks, it's going to be easy for me. I already have all access to all the resources. And I have people that's going to promote what I have to offer, whether it's a audio, video, podcast, it doesn't matter what it is. They have an advantage. If I work on First Take, any of these shows, it don't even matter. And whatever I start, it's gonna blow. You don't necessarily have to have a lot of talent. Talent is overrated. You can be the most talented person in the world, but if you don't have access, well, you're just not gonna end well. It's kind of like being an athlete, but you go into a bad football team. Bad coach, you got bad ownership, bad coaching. Now the chances of you being successful is slim to none. That's why the NFL needs to stop sending top drafted college players to bad teams. They need to change. Something has to be done about that. Because when the top college player doesn't pan out, he ain't successful, then they say the guy's trash, he's a bust. But nobody wants to talk about the bad ownership and the bad coaching. That's the thing. We just say, oh, he's trash. Oh, he's a bust. Yeah, but what about the ownership? Is ownership a bust? They don't say that on these radio shows. And see, these guys on these radio shows, they're nerds. They're cowards. They're not going to say that. They're not going to say the owner is bad. They're not going to say it. They'll say that once he's gone. When some new owner comes in and buys the team, they'll say that. They'll talk that talk. But how come they don't say that while he still owns the team? I think me and you both know why. Because that owner will do something to you. Do something to these guys that's in that studio talking that talk. He'll be fired. He'll be gone. That's why they don't say that the ownership is bad. They'll put it on the player. They'll put it on anybody. The players and the coaches ain't gonna do nothing to you if you got a radio show talking shit. Hey, but the owner, yeah, he'll do something to you. He'll make some phone calls and get them guys up out of there on that radio station talking shit. Because most of these guys are weak cowards. And the women know this. But see, but you got these loose women, they'll fuck with these dudes. But the relationship is going to, at some point, the relationship is going to crash and burn. That's what it is. This is why these two groups of men and women will always have problems. Because one is preying on the other one. And one is being manipulated by the other. That's why they're going to always have problems. And it's never going to stop. This is why when I hear people talking about this person got divorced, that person got divorced, or this woman leave this this other guy that got tons of money. Well, you got to look at what type of person this guy is, or this type of chick is. If it's a lot of times depends on how they met. If I met you and you were married and we got to smashing, and then after a while, as soon as I do one thing wrong, you leave. Well, goddamn, what? I can't be mad. You cheated with me when you were married. So I can't be mad at that. You know, maybe it's just me. I don't know. You know, then you got some of these girls are, they have a pattern. They jump from one guy to the next guy, to the next guy, to the next guy. And when they get with you thinking, oh, I'm different. She ain't going nowhere. No one is above her type of habitual movement. You know what I'm saying? I mean, she's been doing that before she met you. It ain't really about you. It's really about her. Really. I mean, a lot of times when people start saying how they got divorced or how bad their relationship is, you got to look at them, the people that's involved. I mean, I'm not like none of these people. I ain't involved with nobody that's like them. So if I'm not like them, I'm not around those types of people that they're involved with, I don't got to worry about getting them type of results. I mean, I'm not in. Just like I don't compare myself to no entertainer, rapper, singer, athlete. If they get a divorce or they have problems with their relationship, that's them. I ain't like them. I don't operate like them. I ain't no trick. I'm not. Look, let me tell you something. When I meet these girls, I don't leave with my wallet. I tell them I'm broke. I tell them I ain't rich. I ain't got no money. I don't got no money. I don't got no money to give you when your bills are short or whatever you choose to do with your money or whatever. Some of them stop talking to me, which is good. That's exactly what I want. I want them to leave. I don't want nobody to be around me because they think I have some money, And then you have some of these girls will be like, when I tell them I ain't got no, when I say, hey, I'm broke, they're like, well, wait a minute. They start asking questions like, if you so broke, how the hell you got this? How the hell you got that? I said, shit, I'm making payments on this shit, girl. But I ain't rich. I say that on purpose because I ain't trying to impress nobody. And I don't want people thinking that I'm something that I'm not, or thinking that I'm going to do something that I'm not. I do that shit on purpose just to test them out, see what they're really made of. That's how I get down. And I've been doing this for, 20 years. A lot of women will say, oh, well, this shit ain't adding up. A very small few of them, they say, this shit ain't adding up. He's just talking shit or whatever. The smart ones will stick around if they get to know me. But the ones that ain't that bright, well, they'll just move on because they weren't really about shit anyway. You know what I'm saying? So that's how it is. Look, in life, I use this analogy many times. This life that we live, it's like a game of football. That's how it really is out here. It's really like that. You got people that it's super competitive out here. And in any and every aspect of life. but on the surface, it doesn't seem that way because people are very civil for the most part. People, if they're not civil, it might be a little tension here and there. People might say a little thing here and there. But that's on the surface level. Now in the underworld, all kinds of shit is going on. You have civil unrest. You have people robbing, stealing, and killing that you never gonna hear about in the media. You know, you have just like when Trump got elected. Can you imagine his first day on the job, his first week on the job in the White House? Can you imagine how that shit went? Think about that. Do you think Trump is you think he's a nice guy? Think about that for a second. Do you think he's the type of guy that gonna go in the White House and introduce himself to everybody and be cordial? Hell no. It's super competitive out here. That's why I say, like, this life it's like a game of football. You got 11 on 11, and everybody's going at it, and the strongest is going to win on every given day. You lose a game, lose a battle, but who's going to win the Super Bowl? That's how it really is out here. It's like that out here in this world that we live in, this competitive world that we live in. You know, see a lot of even a lot of football players lose sight of what I just said. On the football field, they're very competitive. They go hard. But when they leave the football field, they forget how competitive it is out here. Most of them. See that same energy that you see these guys have on the football field? It's gonna take that same energy, desire, focus, discipline for you to win out here in this society today. Think about that. That's how it's gonna. If you want to win, if you want to be known as a winner, if you want to make your kids proud, to look up to you and see you as a role model and a leader, and you want to get respect, that same energy on the football field that them great players show, that's what it's going to take out in this society for you to win. Remember that. That's why I always say life is like a game of football. That's how it is out here. And people will do anything to win. There is no rules. The only rules come in, rules are not made for everybody. And it doesn't really apply unless you get caught. That's when, if you get caught, that's when it becomes a crime. Otherwise, people just doing whatever. With whoever. That's how it is out here. The nerds and the filthy McNasties, they'll always have problems, relationships. It's never gonna stop. It's best for you to get away from the nerds and the loose chicks. You can't be friends with these people. They're like parasites. Can't be friends with them. They can't bring anything to the table. There's no value that they think about. The average nerd and these loose chicks. What value do they bring? Think about it. Oh, say, oh, they show you a good time. Well, hell, you can have a good time with any woman. The nerd is he's gonna try to use you. Yeah, he might have some money, but most of the time the girls is gonna sucker him out the money. Doesn't matter how much you got. A lot of money or a little money. They're gonna sucker him out the money. So that's not really much value there. I mean, he's only good at doing one thing, his job. That's it. In most cases, everything else is just activities and doing all this wild, crazy shit on the weekends. I'm not into that. And then the loose chicks, they're trying to find some type of come up on the weekends or at the job. That's why I say these two people are match made in heaven for each other. But I don't hang around these types of people because it's like I have a hard time getting along with them because they know who I am and I know who they are. So we don't get along. We ain't gonna get along. They know it and I know it. And if we do happen to be around each other for a short time, it's just gonna be a short time. It ain't gonna be no long term. Because they know who I am and I know who they are. And you can't trick people. People know who you are. You stay around them long enough. You can fool them for a while, but you can't fool them very long. You know. So share this episode. Don't forget to hit the Cash App and all that good stuff. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.
Alright. Just got the call, it's going down tonight. It's a lot of goodbyes here tonight. But then I saw the sky and that I like. Hear from God.